Blizzard.
King Dixon Balls is here first.
Blizzard.
Crazy Canadian G7 just claimed second.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Hello. How are you? Can I help you, sweetie? Can I help you? Can I help you? Is there something you need? Something you desire? Something you want? We have a Howotie Dwarf to paint up. Helgrat does want some amount of orange in there, or some amount of brown and orange. So we'll probably break out the leather and egg yolk. We will use blue liner as our shadow color, or brown liner, I guess. Maybe I should get that out because it'll be a little bit more black. You're okay. But I'm kind of wanting to stick with blue liner. Let's stick with blue liner and see how that works. And then we're going to do a rosy skin tone. So we'll do like a boxy blush with rosy skin and all that stuff. Hi! Can I help you? Can I help you? Calm down, please. Please. Please and thank you. We'll do the cloak in green. Hair we could do with egg yolk and white. You're okay. Can you see that tail? Look at that tail swishing. What's up? What's up? I need a dark brown. You're okay. Kind of want the black and brown, and I think I'll toss the non-metallic shadow up. What's wrong? What's up? What's up? Base can be blue and all of that. That'll be fine. Skin is that. Leather and golds could be mixes of those, which is fine. I have some lemon yellow. And we have cat's eye green for the cloak. Calm down. For blonde, we can do non-metallic gold base. I don't really need the gold highlight. I'm going to use lemon yellow, so I can toss that to the side. Look at that tail swipe. Look at the tail swish. Okay. Yeah. That kind of becomes my golden triads as well. Using those browns and yellows. Skin highlight. Bunch of stuff right there. That'll jam and jive. And the only one that works is green because I can use the yellows to highlight it and I can use the black and brown to shadow it. Leather can be on the boots. Bases can be the blue liner and base shadow. And we can use rosy highlight and rosy skin for our skin tones. I think I have a plan. Yeah, she's there was another cat outside, and she's just like, "Excuse me." And there comes Antifreeze 420 with her cat treat. Thank you, Auntie. Why that alert decided not to work, I don't know. Why it didn't work, I don't know. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Hello, gorgeous. Uh-oh. What trouble's Antifreeze going to get into this weekend? All right. We have a blue one this week, by the way. Are you interested in something, sweetie? A crock pot. That's what I wanted to get at the meat market. The rice didn't cook as well as you thought it would? That seems weird. That seems really weird that it didn't cook as well as you thought it would. That, did you not wash your rice? Auntie. Auntie. Oh, it was a bag of lime rice. I understand now. I understand now.
Emotional damage.
The Leon Creative requests a dad joke.
All right, dad joke time. I've written a song about a tortilla. Well, it's more of a rap, really. Oddly on theme. Yeah, that actually kind of works on theme. How you doing, Ian? Lion, good to see you. Antifreeze, good to see you. Hi. Hello, gorgeous. How are you? What's up? Waiting for the kettle to boil. What are you going to boil? I mean, it could have been a bone broth. Hello, sweetie. How are you? Can I help you? Could be tea. All right, I need to get my palette set up. Crunchy rice isn't terrible. Extra texture. Yeah. I mean, I had my normal pizza for dinner tonight. I was thinking about making the stealth health recipe for pizza, seeing if I wanted to try that, but that's all. I don't know if I want to try that guy's recipe. It's a lot. He does. I made his vodka ragu. I did his ragu last week for lunch. It was pretty good. It was good. I'll when I'm tired of doing chicken and rice, I will definitely make that again. Because that was good. It actually filled me up and made me feel full for most of the day. So that was a good thing. Um, he did a pizza recipe where he could do like he made like a sheet pan pizza, and the idea sounds great. It's just I don't kind of not wanting to do that right now. So it's a little involved because the other recipe was pretty easy to do. So I did it. I got some pork rib flaps for this week, so we'll make some boneless ribs tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Sunday. So that'll be tasty. I can do that on sandwiches, or I can do that in wraps. Just depends on how I'm feeling. Just depends on how I'm feeling. I need brushes. I need brushes to paint. The gourmet meal of fish sticks and mac and cheese. Om nom 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 nom. Ooh, that's not fun. And Rosie's making meatloaf in a 3-foot snowstorm. Uh, I don't know if you heard this, Rosie, or if, I guess, seasons exist where you live, but it's supposed to be spring. I know. Like, I had my AC guy out today to confirm everything was going to work for the year. Got my hair cut to. Oh, man. My day has been a very busy day. Did not realize how busy I had been until I was like, son of a biscuit. Can I please stop? No spring for us this year. You're just going to keep getting different winters to Rosie? Is that what you're saying? So you're having spring, winter, summer, winter, fall, winter, 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 and then maybe next year you'll get spring? Congratulations on maxing your utilization up. So, I was thinking about it as I was writing the post, or I've been writing the post for my social stuff. Come up with a goofy story for these Howotie Dwarfs. The story being is that the three that were captured by the pigmen had just left the safety of their cave, safety of their mountain hall, and they had gotten outside and they got sick. The fourth that got away, Durgan, is on an adventure Oh, really? Um, so the four have to go find a Danish. They're being quested by the great dwarven priestess of the Mountain Forge, because I have two. They have to go and get a to-go order. They're on an adventure to pick up some food, right? So Durgam, the adventurer, is with the party, and he agrees to lead them to Startavery. Yep, Startavery. That's what it's going to be. Startavery. As they leave the safety of the mountain, three of them had never really been outside the mountain. They just kind of wanted to go check out what Startavia was. So they got sky poisoning because they've never really been one to see the sky too much. They're always used to having the stone cover them. And they got afraid they were going to float away. During that time, the pigmen were able to capture the three, while Durgam made it away, and he's traveling towards what he thinks is the town to find help. So we have the drinking dwarves, the gambling dwarves, And we have the one that was with the owlbears that can be there to help guide and be a secondary talking head if we get to it. So I have to go back and rewrite a post that I wrote already, but I haven't posted it yet, so it's okay. And we'll start filling that in. I just thought it would be goofy. You're okay, sweetie. Ba. Sivan, welcome in. How are you? I hope your day is faring well. Hello, sweetie. How are you? I'm sorry. Am I in your way? Am I in your way right now? Like, seriously, am I in your way? Am I in your way right now? Am I in your way? Did I accidentally get in, like, did I accidentally get in your way somehow? Hmm? Yeah, she's being a handful right now. We started stream a little later than we normally do. Hi, gorgeous. How are you? I know I got a haircut and everything today. Don't I look so prim and proper? So pretty. How you doing tonight, Jay? I understand. Can I help you right now? Can I help you? Hang out right there. That's fine. Hey, okay, sweetie. This is a drinking dwarf that came in a set of three. Um, they're Reaper miniatures.
Catra. Hoodguard
Uh-oh.
just showed up with 20 viewers. Hope they have
Uh-oh.
treats.
Hoodguard? Hoodguard! What were you up to, Hood? If you're not, give Hoodguard a follow and check them out. Awesome painter. Much better than me. They do lore videos and they talk about all things 40k, which is, who is the next Primarch? That's really the bait of your streams. Painting up a salamander. Ooh. Ooh, salamander. Pretty. We gave Catra her treat. We're working on our Howotie Dwarf. Hoping for Vulcan. Praying for Vulcan. Um, though biased, you started the Salamanders this edition. It's a fun little. We're slapping down some base coats. It's meant to be a 3-hour paint. 3-hour paint. When I do get to check out Hoodguard, usually he has somebody asking, who's the next Primarch? Which I guess is a fair question. Thank you for licking the edge of the palette, sweetie. It's so helpful of you. Just want to point out that it's such a warm and comforting thought that you drink out of the edge of my wet palate. Are you going to go off on an adventure? Okay, you're off on adventure time. She's off on adventures, ladies and gentlemen. What treasure will she get herself into? You're going to play a pirate game. Bird. If she could get a bird in this house, she will frickin' play with it all day long. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of starting to dig that. But Hood, if you have to raid and run, be safe. Thank you for the raid. You're an awesome painter and an amazing human being. Stay frosty. Is it the... I'm trying to think of the game name. Is it the one that Cohen's been playing? Windrose. That's what it is, right? Windrose. Yep. Good evening, Kristen. I know people have sang it praise, Lion. They've really enjoyed that game. So it should be pretty good. We know its ratings aren't as good as Blueprints. It's Windrose, King. Windrose. Yep. Yep. It is. I know some people have been really happy about it. It's an actual physical game. It's a survival. Pirate survival. I like survival and I like pirates. And it's a video game. Therefore, it must be good. All right. Well, I don't know, Lion. That might become pretty precious sooner or later. I don't know if I'd be throwing that around, you know. I don't need gas money. I'll just work from home. That'll work. Ooh, unexpected plumbing bill today. Ugh. That's never cheap, King. That's never cheap at all. I wish I worked with people that cared about their job. I'm going to need another green. He has literally three. That's actually kind of funny if it would be. Tuvon, be safe. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your sleep. May it be amazing and awesome. I needed an off weight. Which we're going to use treasure map. Bum. Come on, universe. Ba-da-ba. Uh-huh. I do love a good $40 game though. All right. Lion will be going live tonight around 9 or 10, so you could see him check it out. And since it's survival pirate, I mean, is there really spoilers? You got to repay a mod. I understand. Oh, a lot of shenanigans going on Twitch. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to set up the kick stream, but oh well. That will not be this weekend. Enjoy your food makes. May you make some good. Oh yeah. Yes, I made King a mod before I knew they were like super mod for Russian Ducky. Duckathy. Yeah. I mean, I have King Layton. Oh, that's about it. They're my only mods for Discord as well. Excuse me. I'm going to need to get my gum. I need something to chew on. During the ad break, I will go and acquire that. Mama Lion is Slovak. I don't always see Layton either, but she tends to be pretty busy with her life. There we go. All right. So our base colors are kind of jiving. Lotus is going to try to force me to like chocolate at Reaper. I don't understand why we're forcing you to like chocolate. There's plenty of substitutes and chocolate adjacent things that are delicious. Peanut butter cups. Delicious. Buckeyes, delicious. Primarily peanut butter with chocolate. Delicious. Sometimes the dark chocolate and sea salt caramel squares. Yeah, and you told me about the HEB cookies, the cinnamon cookies. I've not forgotten about them. Take a trip to Belgium. Is there Belgium in Texas? Or good chocolate? Yeah. Anything European or French chocolate where you can have actual high cocoa powder or cacao, I guess, flavoring or flavors. I would stop by the British store and see if they have any. All right, I'm gonna go run and grab something from downstairs. I'll be right back. We back. We so back. All right. So let's see if we can get our I's dotted really quick and call it a day on those. Murdering for the Dark Mother. Pourquoi? I'll be honest with you. Adventure Built Gaming, hello. We are doing well. We are working through our Howotie Dwarf that he's not even around to see painted. I haven't played a lot of them, honestly, Auntie. I played Skyrim for like a couple hours, and that's about it. It is a fun model. It was a part of a Dwarven 3-pack from Reaper. It was one of their buy $40 of miniatures, get free stuff. So I picked it up. Oh, we have Townsfolk's Drinking Dwarves by Bobby Jackson. There's 4 of them altogether. We're only working on one. I've been keeping them as channel point redeems, and it's called the Howotie Dwarfs that we are working through. Good evening, Halgrat. How are you? This is kind of the basis of our colors here, Halgrat. You're welcome. A viewer that frequents the channel named Hootie often complained I didn't paint enough dwarves, so I made a channel point redeem for painting dwarves. The idea is to have a quick little 3-hour paint session. Slap some paint down, come up with a goofy little story for them. So the idea that I was floating in my head. I don't paint. Well, that's true, Helgrat, because I don't own any Tyranids. Therefore, I shall not paint any Tyranids. It's okay. He's here with us in spirit. The spirit of the stone. He has very important Florida things to be doing. Like trying to make Florida the new New Jersey. Ba- So you want like a really sad story line? Um, okay. Desk successfully lowered. Chicken fingers and fries from the. See, that air fryer is dangerous, isn't it, King? It's always great to have chicken fingers and fries. I deem it extremely successful foraging. So I usually try to keep a bag of tater tots and chicken fingers in the freezer at all times, just for those days. So yeah, welcome in, Vamster. Thank you. It's a Reaper miniature. Drinking dwarves. I've been alone for. Oh yeah, I'd be way over that. Side quest. Ah, no, you did not say that the freezer was going up. That's sad. Yeah, just not think. Yeah, exactly. I actually was talking to the AC guy and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, I need to deal with some of that. Trying to set aside the emergency funds." Very nice project on the hoplite and the blending, red blending on the Catan lesson. Awesome. That's awesome. Ba, ba. We did make it to Friday, Rosie. It's Good Friday. It's Good Friday. What's on your game plan this weekend, Rosie? You got some War of the Hammers to play, a tournament to go win, or do you have to paint up your 35th army? Everybody be careful. Tiny Big Wars is dropping them silent but deadlies. No, it wasn't. You can't blame her. How you doing tonight, Tiny? Best paint award in 4 weeks. Doing all right. I got a little overstimulated at the beginning of stream just because it was beginning of stream, and Catcher was every which way under the sun, and he's like, and then got stream going, and we got all right. We got all right. We got all right, all right, all right. Mm. Some. I'm sorry, wrong green. Oops. Black teacup. Hello. How are you? What if I told you I had a white teacup? Would that upset you? Or a red teacup? Your nemesis. Oh no, not the white teacup. Earl Grey, hot. Welcome in. Shoot. I will do my best to answer. Contrast paint, then wash, or wash, then contrast paint. I'm confused about the reestablishing the mid-tone after wash. Basically, I will use a wash over the entire mini at some point. Not sure if I should use contrast paint before or after. My answer to that would be, let me toss something. Go. Let me grab something really quick. I don't really care about these guys. So you have a miniature that is potentially primed in a Xenophil format like this, correct? Would that be a fair assessment? Okay, cool. I'm not done yet. Give me a second. I'm looking for something really quick. I'm sorry. It's black. Let's wash. It's rope shadow. Oh my god. Templar red. Templar red will work. All right. All right, so let me run the vibrator on these really quick. So you have your speed paint, which is, or your contrast paint. Contrast, superwash, they're all about the freaking same, honestly. Or you have a wash, right? So I have a red contrast paint or a black contrast paint. I drop 1, 2. Perfect. Good. I get my red. And we're going to do our pallid witchbone. Let me grab a brush really quick. Yeah. So, let's say I was going to go for a red-skinned goblin. Something like that. Right? And then we wanted our weapon to be bony, so we're using like a pallid witchbone. Right? But I want it to be darker. So the speed paint and the advantages of the speed paint. As you can see as it's drying, it keeps that red and that vibrance, right? It really preserves and shows off the zenithal highlight. Like if I grabbed a couple of these bones right here. So we want that. Thumbs up. It's great, right? But let's say I want to introduce a different color. I want something greener and I want like a wash, right? I want to wash something, so I'm going to grab, not blue. I might need to grab my bucket. Give me a second. Because that's super wash, that's speed paint. That's dark sepia, that's black. Stone, maybe, no, let me grab my bucket really quick. 1 second. Superwash. We're going to use algae. Because it was easy. So as it's drying, you've got that red shading stuff going on, right? And that's what you want. But if I want like this algae wash, which you can kind of see as like a greeny brown, it's like a deep green. And I want to do just the feathers. Zoom in. Zoom in and hesitate. You see how that wash didn't really do anything up here? At all. Really? Like you can pick up the definition and like the darkness of the recesses. So the wash is okay when you're trying to define like a mid-tone, like you're trying to build like the dark recesses, right? Do I have something else out really quick? Let's see. Yeah, I do. So for me, my journey's in a little bit of a different place. I don't use a lot of washes and speed paints anymore because I started changing how I painted because I like this. This isn't raw. If this gives you joy, thumbs up. This is a great way to paint. I encourage you to paint this way. Um, if I take the wash and I kind of go over my speed painted area, yeah, I understand. I figured you were an army painter. I figured. You can see how that wash really didn't change too much of this bony pallid witchbone stuff. And it kind of hangs out there in the right spots. You know what I mean? So when we follow like the Games Workshop painting methodology, it's base coat, wash, reestablish base coat, mid-tone, highlight. That's kind of like the James Workshop way of doing things. If we get our friend Reichland flush shade out, yes, I do have it. If you run that over like the red areas, right? Notice how it doesn't really change that much. Me personally, if I was going to do what I believe you want to do, I can put this away before I tip. Right. So you're to army paint and you have 175 miniatures. I need one that actually shows some stuff. The goblins aren't doing what I want. So like this guy. Got all kinds of definitions. You can see the chainmail, his falchion, his cloak. Yeah. I don't know if I would want to wash the entire miniature like that, but we're about to do that. We're about to do that. So that's pallid. Yeah, that's pallid. Let's do this. Right. Oh. Because we know we're going to wash it afterwards. You want the pallid witchbone or the white to kind of pop up. Then we can use our black. We're going to make our cloak black or purple, whatever you want to call Nox black. Ah, something was still wet. Let your paint dry. Let your paint dry. Goofball. You can do this literally right here. Put this down, establish that, put it like that. There you go, Painty. Now you're not holding a miniature trying to balance it and think at the same time. Makes life so much easier. So you get your pallid witchbone, you kind of slap it over your browns and your leathers. Shieldy. Something quick like that. So we kind of got like this weirdly golden chainmail popping out, right? And then now comes the time that we're going to do a wash. So I'm going to grab my dark sepia from Secret Weapon, which is pretty close to Agrax. Maybe not as blacky. You grab that and you wash it over. It kind of helps a little bit, but uh, for me personally, I think going full contrast and then dry brushing would be better. I don't think I would waste my time with the wash step at all. Because that's supposed to be the point of the speed paint. Is the speed paint is supposed to be there to help kind of skip that wash step altogether. Right? Like even if I did get Agrax Earthshade, our friend. Right. Good old Agrax. It really won't change a whole lot. Yeah. It's kind of yes and no. It so washes are great for bases. A lot of my bases, what I'll do is I'll dry brush and I'll get them like built up to a certain level, and then I'll wash over them, and then just kind of dry brush lightly over them again. Do I have the malediction? Right. There it is. Oh, I have these bases painted up. So these were essentially base coated in. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to check out Alex Cross yet. This was base coated in Payne's Gray, washed over and then dry brushed up. So it just kind of depends on when you want to do it for your base. And we have ants. You're welcome. Oh, you're 100% okay. That's why I have a stack of stuff at the ready all the time. And we're back. Okay. But like these are kind of like examples. So I base coated them, washed them, and then dry brushed them up to kind of keep their deep recesses looking the way they are. These were some that I airbrushed up and used like a blue liner and black liner to kind of highlight, darken the recesses up. It really depends on how you want to group the paint you're with. Good evening, Malty. How are you? On this one, I just base coated them and then just stippled the ever living big Jesus out of them. And I won't be doing a wash on them anytime soon, but I'm probably going to do a magenta thing. I'm doing all right. How are you? I'm doing all right. I had got my ears lowered today. Did professional things, so I'm doing all right. Working on our lovely dwarven friend here. Yes, actually, he does, Black Teacup. Yes, ears lowered is a dad joke. I got my hair cut. So this dwarf is a pack of 4 dwarfs from Reaper Miniatures, and it's the town drinking dwarfs. On my channel, you will find there's a redeem called Dwarves, on which a Friday night or a Saturday night, I will paint a dwarf for our good friend Howotie_Hoot. He liked to come in and tell me I wasn't painting enough dwarves, so I made a redeem for it. So now he cannot complain that I'm not painting dwarves because there's a redeem for it. Yes, the redeem is like ridiculously expensive, but it's been redeemed 3 times. So, the lore so far for the Howotie Dwarves is that there was a Bone 6 promotional pack. Give me 1 second because I have to get all of the things. In the Bone 6 pack was the 3 little piggies. I've not painted them very much. So the 3 little piggies are making a stew in their little campsite when 4 dwarves came out of the mountain. These 3 are incapacitated, or these 2 are incapacitated. I've painted up one of them. During said incapacitation, 1 dwarf managed to get away, and they are traveling to a nearby inn to potentially seek help against the 3 little pigs. This is one of the tavern lord keepers that's drinking at said pub. The reason why the dwarves had to leave the safety of the mountain is that the dwarven forge priests wanted something from Star Tavria in order to create the best weapons ever. So I keep writing different bits of it. And if they roll terribly enough, they're going to find themselves in a crypt with a dwarf that's been tortured. So that's kind of the lore of our dwarven friend. He's at a tavern drinking right now, waiting for one to come by. I put him on the shelf of completion, so I don't have easy access to him. So that's kind of the goofy lore that I write, where I come up with as I'm either painting or writing up the ideas for like the finished post of like why I decided to do something the way that I did it. I like to be goofy. for ReaperCon this year, I'm entering this guy into the competition. During Halloween, you can order a Reaper ghoulie bag, and during said ghoulie bag, they have sometimes they'll send you a rock. And someone pointed out to me that you can paint the rock and enter it in the competition. So we have Tactical Rock on Tactical Marine. It was goofy. It was meant to be fun. And that's exactly what everybody's responded with it as, is LOL. So it's like, okay, we have a goblin green base and we have a marine being squished by a rock. Why not? Every time you see a James Workshop post or a Games Workshop thing, they always have a tactical they always have a tactical rock. You gotta love a good tactical rock. So in this universe of the grim dark granite, the rock is on the marine. Yeah. We paint primarily fantasy here. I paint Reaper pretty much for the most part just because I backed a lot of their Kickstarters and it's easy for me to come by. We paint Chimera, we paint various rocks. The kitty is here to say hello and grace us with her presence. Hello, Katra, how are you? We are currently working on various aspects of ReaperCon as well, painting up different bits and bobs. At some point, I have to finish painting up my pirate chibi. For a large monster, we're working on this Demigorgon that's going to be a study in blue. I was going to try to enter Mecha May, but my mech idea kind of went wonky and sideways. So I need to take it back to ReaperCon and talk to the guys at Relic Knights. I love you, sweetie. How are you, gorgeous? Yes, the Demigorgon is not the cat. The cat has woken up from a nap and she wants to say hello. Okay, no. Let's not say we did. Let's not say we did, sweetie. How's that? Hi. How are you? I'm gorgeous. She wants to drink out of the wet palette. So we work up various aspects of things. So this is one of those Howotie Dwarves, and we just kind of goof off and paint. The idea is to have them painted and not really overthink the paint and just slap it on there. So I kind of grab random bits of paint and make sure that orange is incorporated. That was one of the asks from Helgrat. So I'm sorry, can I use my palette? Thank you. What army are you painting up, by the way? Orcs! We talking Sigmar orcs or we talking 40k orcs? $40K. Awesome. So lots of yellow, right? With the bad moons. Ah, yes. Well, that's kind of the nice part about base coat, dry brush, do your speed paint. Um, if you really want to bring out like the speed paint for like the yellows, try doing a um, instead of priming black and white, find a round and white primer. Might bring the color up a little bit better, or orange and white sort of deal. Because sometimes that really does help inform the undercoloring and your shadows. I understand that. Um, I work on the largest piece that I'm working on that's been consuming my Saturdays, and when I'm not painting something for the channel point redeem, has been my Reaper commentary, which give me a second and I'll grab it. I'll grab bits of it. A dwarf miniature humanoid. If a dwarf is a miniature humanoid, does that mean a dwarf mini is a miniature miniature? I'd be careful about that. So on some Saturdays, we're painting this lovely monstrosity, which is a really big diorama. It's really hard to capture all of it on stream. So it has been a labor of love in progress. Yep. So tomorrow night I will be working on something more for it. Skeletons or either the rider or the beast. I tend to alternate quite a bit what I'm working on. It's a large piece that I've been kind of thinking about in the back of my head for a while now. Or at the beginning of the year, I kind of set up specific hobby goals for myself, saying, I want to accomplish this thing. how I'm going to accomplish this thing is by doing the thing. The storytelling of it is more of a Ghost Riders in the Sky. I was on a long walk one night or one day, and it popped up in my playlist, and I was like, you know what would be kind of a cool coloring palette to use would be that. So kind of found out my palette, came up with the idea, used the colors, used a diorama piece, pulled from Sullen Hell boxes, pulled from that's actually a massive chimera model from Tenbrave, the Gothic Fantasy, and started setting it up that way. And I was like, oh, this is actually going to work. And I like it. So that has kind of been my Saturday night paint sessions with our good friend Smiling Beagle and Lady Roses. Um, on Monday nights, we mix our own color palette. I think I have one more. I think he has one or two more strings in him. Working on the Claw, kind of an anti-paladin. So we did like a red-footed tortoise for kind of his shell coloring, so the red and oranges. And then doing kind of like a black and green offsets and accents with black armor. Which has been a lot of fun. Adeptus! How are you doing, Drunkus? I'm alright. If you're alright, I'm alright. Did you have a good week, Adeptus? That's good. Gotta love a good, decent week. Your Saturday morning coffee. Oh. Alrighty. Gotta love a good coffee. It's nearly 9:30. It's 9:18 here, so it is in the PM hours. Bum, bum. Bum. Too many pains. And then 173 to go. Okay. So this is a quilting story. I don't quilt, my mother does. when grandma was still alive. One of them. When my mom's grandma was still alive. She was the sewing, quilting master, teacher, person, arts and craftsies of the family. And had like a bunch of secret knowledge sometimes about different kinds of like sewing and knots and things like that you could do. So she got my mom had gotten an idea where she was doing this quilt, but in order to do the quilt, she needed like a special kind of knot that she had to work because of the way that the fabrics overlapped. A traditional sewing technique was not going to be sufficient, so she needed a very specific knot. When you said that, Teacup, it reminded me of her saying that out loud to my mom, and her sitting in the dining room one day going, "How many more knots do you have to go?" The mom's like, "One more than you said, one less than you just asked me." That reminded me of the story. We believe in you. You'll always find assistance, and you will always be cheerleaded on. What's the rule? So one of the reasons why I like miniature painting is because I can create my own process to follow, and I can execute my process, and I really like it that way. I also like atomic habits and stuff like that. So I'm always curious what someone comes up with a rule for themselves. I've done that too. So I know of a sculptor from Italy. Daniel found miniatures. Because I am on somewhat of the same rules. Don't buy any new miniatures until I reduce my backlog quite a bit. So he created a oh, he doesn't have a good picture in here. That's right. So he has a big Frankenstein. And it's like, do you ever remember the Pagemaster book series? Or the Pagemaster book that had a bunch of different books and character types in it? This figure was, this diorama piece was based off of that. So essentially it's a small kid surrounded by books and characters to go on adventures. Hi, sweetie. How are you? It's the Page Master. It was Kevin. It was a '90s movie. I believe it was. Yeah, it had Patrick Stewart in it as one of the books. Yep, half movie, half cartoon. But he also did like these expressive. Hey, out of there. Bus is a really good. He's a really good sculptor. So sometimes I will break my rule for that, or if I see a really good deal on from Chimera. For ReaperCon, I painted up the mounted version of this character, which is this is the standing figure. I painted up the chibi figure, and I found a deal on it, so I ended up buying it. So I had to buy like two others, right? Uh, I painted up the chibi version of her, so I have to have the full version of her, and I have to have the mounted version of her as well. So. But that's it. That's all I bought this year. So I'm doing good. Doing good. Okay, goodbye, sweetie. But I've also reduced my backlog quite a bit. I think I'm up to 50 or so painted figures so far. So I'm doing really good. I'm doing goods. I'm doing goods. What's up? Oh, yeah, buy more orcs. That always works. Yes, but have you introduced and heard of your friend Wikisec? You need to make all of the units know what you see, what you get. Yeah, she's got the zoomies. We have zoomies. We have the zoomies. Uh-oh. Someone got arrested for doing illegal stuff. That's no bueno. No bueno at all. That is the anti-bueno. There's a possibility he has done that with a sword. Yeah, it's not cool. I don't need to take the cloak, but I want to go and get my eyes rest and do something simple for a second. Where are you at, number 4 rush? Some black. Do black on that. I might as well get real black. Bum, bum. Yes. It was one of the Howotie Dwarf redeems that came in. There's a random roll of 7, and then we pick from the dwarfs. There are a pack of 4 drinking dwarfs that are available in said roll. This is one of the patrons of. I haven't figured out what the tavern name is just yet. I was thinking of going with Hootens. It's like Startavia, but not quite the same. Yeah, bootin'. I like dwarves. They've been fun to paint. Um, I set up the redeem because I thought it would be funny. I like painting dwarves. I like painting in general. So being able to paint something and have a goofy reason to paint it is always a great idea. I have water. I drink a lot of water. Got your spider juice. Very posh. Uh-oh, does that mean Norm's an elf? Thank you for the comment. I tend to be live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every other Sunday. I need to figure out what our D&D schedule looks like. Tired of doing the wine curls. One, two. Did you hurt yourself? Uh, Obviously, something was amiss. What kind of stew, Jay? I overate at dinner again. And that's okay. This It's time to purge. No, not yet. She's just getting in all the places. She's like, "Excuse me, you have something here? I want to be there." So I'm trying to like keep my top space organized, but I was answering a question earlier by somebody, so I have extra paint out that I normally wouldn't have out, and it's kind of filling up spots that it's not supposed to. She's taken into drinking out of the wet palette now, which is super awesome sometimes. All right. So what do I feel like I need to do on this guy still? I don't want that to happen because that could be expensive. Because she might need kidney treatments or something after that. Figure out where to bring this wood up. I need to get the wood up. I need to get the wood up. You did a big no-no. What big no-no you do no-no? What's your big no-no, Multi? Did you play somebody else in League? Oh my god. Multi. 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 We'll send you to a support group for that. Call him the priest. Yeah. We might need an old one and a young one, Black Teacup. And a man with a goat, and someone goes, ooh. You might need to play Multi. Just go to bed. Just go to bed. It is. Okay, you don't have to go to bed. I'm not your dad. Oh. But you could play Apex. That would clear your head. What? Okay. All right. Multi said one big game. Just one. Not three, not four, not until he wins the next game. Just one. That's all he's going to do. And then the devil whispered in his ear, one last game. Yeah. You don't need to sleep. You just need to play one. Yeah, I know. It's like me and Elden Ring sometimes, Multi. I'll clear up one more catacomb. Just one more catacomb and it'll be fine. Like, I almost did that yesterday. I got snatched by the virgin abductor. Ryo Lucaria got sent over to the volcanic manor And I was like, oh, I can take out the Mariner Tibiary guy. Oh, there's a catacomb right here. I could take that. I was like, no, no, you have to go back and clear out this thing. All right, I think we're gonna call him done. Oop. All right, boys and girls. You have all heard it here. Multi will never touch it again. What happens if you do, Multi? Oh. Or you could paint, Multi, and work on your diorama. Or you could sleep. This is true too. Eep is not boring. Eep is necessary. I like Eep. Black cast iron pan. In this stew, it is going to be leftover adventurer. We're going to call this goulash. Adventure goulash. So we got some really nice intestine going in. We're going to be making a nice bone broth. So to make the bone broth, free range goulash, exactly. So, getting as deep as I wanted to with all the crevices. Bum, bum, bum. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right. All right. I need to move stuff out of the way. I usually go for much longer, but I am getting the sleepies and the tireds. I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish tonight, which was get paint on this guy and call it fun and done. Which I like where he's at. And then we started to get paint on this. I had a big old glob drop in. I'm like, I don't wanna. Yep, there's the dwarf, Helbret. Has all the pretty oranges on there, the greens. Nice little non-metallic, a little blondie, dirty blonde beard. I kind of like it. I'm digging it. Tomorrow we'll be returning back to our Reaper entry. Oh, sure. Calablome, it is always nice to see you as always. We're going to go see our good friend, Wicked. He's usually our raid target on Saturday nights or Friday nights. So we'll go say hello to him because it'll be a little bit more chiller there than other places. Izzy hasn't been live long enough, so let's go say hello to Brent over at Wicked Minis. Everybody have a great time. I will be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with our good friend Smiling Beagle, Laden Roses. We'll be painting up something for ReaperCon, probably returning back to our skeletons and working up the various aspects of them. We might try to see if we can start laying in our base freehand. So, yay!